Hi, this is Brooke Farmer, and I'm going to be telling you guys all about technology and children today. So, as many of you guys know, the majority of this uprising generation is born head on with technology, which makes it hard to even realize that you can't pull technology away from children. Although there is a solution, it's possible to educate them on the proper and adequate usage of the internet throughout their lives. You can't pull them away from it, but you can teach them how to deal with it. Public health agencies advocate for minimal use of digital technology for these certain reasons. Physical, cognitive, emotional, and social health, well-being are all things that can be altered by usage of technology. This is from Leon Stryker, PhD. Children do not need personal technology devices at this age in this picture. All this does is display how children are not needing this device. They're so young, they don't need technical devices that are personal for them. This is definitely a no. As you can see, psychological and behavioral problems are increasing because of the amount of children that are spending time on technology. This is why we need to restrict screen time for children. You may ask, what effects does technology really have on children? Diagnosis of ADHD, autism, coordination disorder, unintelligible speech disorder, learning difficulties, and processing disorder, and sleep disorders are all associated with technology misuse by children. And this is found in Ronan 2017. Some may ask, how does this even happen? Something that we use as adults every day, technology is all around us. It's consumed our entire days at some times. How can this be so detrimental to our younger children? You may ask that. Parents often gift technology, or loved ones may gift children technology as a form of gift from a birthday to a special occasion, and they don't really think about it long term. They think, oh well, he wants an iPad, we're going to save up the money, get him an iPad, and his birthday will be perfect. Well, one thing to take into consideration is I like to compare this with having a puppy. When you get a puppy, you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted a dog. Okay, you've got it now. So you've got to consider that puppy is an ongoing thing. Dogs can live for a long time, and you've got to feed them every day, take them out. It takes a long-term amount of responsibility. So I suggest parents to think about technology and gifting it to children in the same aspect, in the same way, because it's an ongoing journey when it comes to technology and to animals. Something I see also very often in public places is how parents will give their devices, their mobile cell phones, over to the children when they're distressed in public. They're making a large riot, they're upset in the grocery store, etc. This is not something that is recommended, but it is very common. So it's something to be aware of and to not do often, if at all. This is the issue. With this issue spiraling out of control so quickly, there has to be something that we can all do, parents or not, to help collaborate and fix this problem. Here are some solutions I have found. One person told me to start at the very beginning of a child's life, if you can, and learn with them when it comes to technology. They said to take time in an educational program, invest in an educational program, on TV, any device really, and start to watch it with them and make it a regular habit for you and your child. This long term will make your child feel comfortable addressing situations and any kind of complications or ideas they may come face with technology. They'll feel comfortable coming to you since it started out that way, So once your child gets older and they may face something that's not familiar to them, they'll feel comfortable coming to you and talking to you about it instead of hiding and being really confused, because that's something that's very common today with children and their parents. Here are some ideas that you guys can take into consideration when this problem occurs. I think as parents, we all have a parenting style, and something we can incorporate in that style is the way we handle and use technology with our children. Something like a simple change today could change the whole rest of your child's life when it comes to technology by limiting their screen time and setting strict rules that are respected in your household. And if they want to know reasons why, just say, when you get older, you'll find out why and you'll be thanking me. And that sounds like something my dad probably told me when I was young, because it's true. So just take that into consideration. Also, don't forget, as long as your child is under supervision of an adult, it is easier for them to stay on a healthy and educational pathway while using technology throughout their entire lives. All it takes is you and what you're doing. Remind your child that everything they do see on the internet is not true, in fact. Kids that have technology think that everything they see on there is true. Some even adults still think that. So starting out from a really young age, incorporating that idea in their child's head that things on the internet are not always true, and have them feel safe coming to you about it, can create a long-term healthy relationship with you, your child, and their technology and what's out there for them. And most importantly for parents is to consider that you are a role model to your child regardless. You always have, and you probably always will be, whether it's a good one or not. And let's make that a good one for all that matters, right? Children, when they get older to have social media, they're going to be thinking, wow, my mom can post this, so that means it's okay for me too. And if some of that idea alone scares you sitting here watching this right now, it's probably a good idea to restrict what you post, because in the long run, your children are going to be able to see stuff like that, and you don't want your children to do stuff like that, then don't post it yourself. And another topic I wanted to mention is it's not just important to teach your children how to use technology in the beginning and then have them grow up with it. It's important to teach them while they're young and throughout their middle teen ages. Together we can make media a positive influence in child's lives, especially during their first 8 years. This is something that Rideout said in 2017 in an article I found. This plays an important role just because it's not just something that you teach at the very beginning, like how to ride a bike, and then your kid always knows how to ride a bike. It's not going to be like that. It's something that's ongoing, because something that will change every day is the internet. The internet is it's evolutionary. Everything's changing. You know, I don't have to even explain that. Technology grows every day, and so does the education of your child while using it. My point to you guys today is basically to raise awareness. With this issue, all households participate in healthy online habits, children will grow up being much happier people in the long run. People need to consider, parents specifically, need to consider the dangers out there on the internet and that they're not meant for children in the first place. And by even saying that statement, I know you guys have ideas as to what I'm referring to. There's several things that aren't meant for children out there on the internet, and that's why it's important to restrict their usage and to monitor them. My job to you guys is to take action now. With all the children that are consumed with technology right now, they're not going to be able to enjoy their life outside of technology, outside in the real world, day-to-day basis. And these children that have those problems now are going to grow up to be adults that are unhappy in general. It can cause the depression, anxiety, PTSD, and a lot of social cognitive issues. And that's why it's important for parents to understand this at the age that they are. This is your chance today to make an impact on you and your child's life and have it last for a lifetime. So if you can make that decision today to hunker down and really help you and your children, you guys can make a lifetime worth of happiness between the technology. Thank you guys for your time today.